Good morning. We will start with the new chapter, Probability, Session 1. So this chapter, Probability, you have already studied in Standard 9. The basic terms and definitions of what is probability, different events or different terms involved with probability, you have already studied them. So let us just recapitulate them quickly. What is a probability? Probability is a study of chances, right? So we usually say it might rain probably, it might rain, it might not rain. So always probability is a study of chances. So what are the different terms associated with this probability? Definitions, what I have just written them in points, children. You will be getting this in the form of a PDF. So I'll send this PDF, what you have to write down those as a definitions, and then we'll start with the exercise. The first term what we have to understand here in the probability is experiment. So what is an experiment? Not which you conduct in your science practical labs. An operation which produces some well-defined outcomes. An experiment is something which produces some well-defined outcomes is called as an experiment. Throwing an unbiased die is an experiment. Tossing a coin is an experiment, right? That means we get some probable outcomes in this experiment when we conduct. So that is called as an experiment. I'm sorry, not experiment. We get some probable outcomes when we conduct this. That is why it is called as an experiment. In a lab, when we conduct an experiment, we get results, right? We get results or we fail in the results, something or the thing. That is why we call that as an experiment. We are experimenting something to what we get and what we do not get. In experiment, we have two types. One is random experiment and another is deterministic experiment. That means random experiment is something when I am tossing a coin. It's a random experiment because can I predict the outcome? Yes. What is that? Heads or tails? Random experiment. When I am throwing a die, I get outcome. What? It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. It is a random experiment. Now what is a deterministic experiment? An experiment which the outcomes appear to be very likely repeated outcomes, what you can say. Suppose if I toss a coin, you are supposed to get heads or tails, right? If you get one's head, the next time it should be tails or anything. But if you go on tossing a coin, I mean both the sides of the coins are tails only. Is there any possible thing that you can get heads there? You do not get heads. That means it is not an unbiased coin, it's a biased coin. What do you mean by unbiased, children? A coin which is not tampered, anything. Now when we talk about a dice, when we play, it has six different outcomes. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 faces it has. But all the 6 faces have 6 different numbers. They have different numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What if it is tampered and twice the 6 has appeared in that? That means the probability of number occurring 6 is twice, right? Repeated. That is called as deterministic. That is why when you see the numerical questions, always it says that an unbiased coin, an unbiased die is thrown. That is why the word used is unbiased. Unbiased is the good one where we get the random experiment outcomes. Then we have the next is trial. What is a trial? A trial is an action which results in one or several outcomes. When I throw a dice, I get how many outcomes? I get 6 outcomes. When I toss a coin, one coin, I get 2 outcomes, right? 2 or more, several outcomes. When I toss 2 coins, I get 4 outcomes. That is what it is. So it depends upon, that's called as a trial. Event. An event of an experiment is a collection of some outcome of an experiment. Now, we call that as an event because see, for example, if I say I have thrown a die. Now, what is the event here? Total number of outcome is how many? 6. In that, if I tell that, what is the event of a number occurring 2? What are the chances? It is nothing but only once. So, event is something which occurs in the experiment, in total number of experiment. So, probability of an event, chances of occurring. Probability of an event is given by number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. This is the formula to find probability of an event. You already know this, which you have already done. This is just a continuation of the 9th standard probability chapter what you had. Next is possible and impossible outcome. An outcome which is possible is called as possible. Impossible it is called as impossible. What is the probability? Example, what is the probability of getting number 7 when a die is thrown? Impossible event. Why? Because there is no number 7 on the die. What is the probability or what is the possibility of getting number 6 when a die is thrown? 1 by 1 we say. Because 1 we get divided by total. 1 by 6. Possible outcome, impossible outcome. Sure or certain event, the event which is likely to happen, which is sure, it will happen. So that is called as sure or certain event. Complement of an event. Now this is something what a new concept what you have this year. Complement of an event is something. Let us assume that this is probability of an event. If probability of an event is happening is given by P of E. Complement of an event is nothing but probability of an event which is not happening. E dash we call that. So what is complement of an event? The probability of an event which does not happen or occur is called as complement of the event. The relation between probability of an event and complement of an event is when we add this, we always get 1. Right? So the next one here on what you have to always understand here is the probability of an event, of a sure event, always lies between 0 to 1. It is always not more than that. You will understand this how later. So these few things what terms and definitions I have just discussed now, you will get this in the PDF what I will share. You can just copy down in your book. And now we'll start with the exercise. We'll quickly start with an exercise. First one is fill in the blanks. I want you to mark the fill in the blanks in the book textbook and later copy down in your notebook. Complete the following statements. Probability of an event E and probability of an event not E is equal to 1. That is nothing but the first one they say is P of E plus P of E dash is equal to 1. That's what the meaning of this. Second one, the probability of an event that cannot happen is 0. Such an event is called as an impossible event. Third one, the probability of an event that is certain to happen is 1. Such an event is called as a sure event. Fourth one, the sum of the probabilities of all elementary events of an experiment is 1. The probability of an event is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1. Right? Next one. Which of the following experiments have equally likely outcomes? Explain. So, I'll discuss this orally with you. Explanation, I will send you the PDF. You can just write down. Let's understand what is given. A driver attempts, we have to write whether they are equally likely outcomes, whether it can happen, not happen, and why. See, always when probability will happen, it should always happen or not happen. There is nothing in between that. So, that we should always know. For example, if I ask you for the given question, answer is true or false. It should be either true or false. Is there anything in between true or false? Not there. That is probability of an event which is likely to happen. Okay. A driver attempts to start a car. The car starts or does not start. According to you what it is. Now what you will tell, in one point of view you will tell that the car might start and the car might not start. But just imagine what are the possible conditions for the car not to start. The driver might have used the wrong key. There is no petrol in the car. There might be some problem with the engine. The car has to go for a repair, or the driver is not aware of how to start the car. Correct? So these are so many conditions. I can give you reasons. Probability will have no reasons, children. It's either yes or no. There is no second reason or second thought on that what we say. So a driver attempts to start a car. The car starts or does not start. This is not likely outcome because there are several other reasons, underlying reasons for the car not starting by the driver. Driver is inefficient, driver doesn't know driving, the car key is wrong, there is no petrol in the car has to go for a repair, right? So it is not likely outcome. Example I told you, probability will have no questions. True or false? Nothing in between. It can't be true and false. It has to be either true or either false. So there should be no second question on that. First one is not likely outcome. I'll give a reason for this. Again, a PDF will be shared. A player attempts to shoot a basketball. She or he shoots or misses the shot. Now, two things can happen again here. Either she shoots the shot or she misses the shot. What are the reasons? Always ask for probability. Will I get a reason for this question? Now, are there reasons? Yes. She misses the shot for what reason? She is not an efficient player. She is not trained well, right? So she could not gauge the ball properly to shoot it. There are so many reasons here. So this also will come as a not likely outcome. Look at the next one. A trial is made to answer a true or false question. Yes, there it goes. The answer is right or wrong. The answer is either right or either wrong. It can't be both, so it has to be only one. This is equally likely outcome. A baby is born. It is a boy or a girl. Baby is born. No. A baby is going to born. No. A baby is born. So it should be either a girl or a boy. It can't. Again, it can be a girl or a boy both, because if they are twins, then again that's a different question. But here they have given a baby is born. So one baby is born. That baby has to be a girl or a boy. Therefore, it is a equally likely outcome. So second mail I will be sending you in the PDF form. Next one, why is tossing coin? Third one also I will send a PDF. I will just answer this question. Why is tossing a coin considered to be a fair way of deciding which team should get the ball in the beginning of a football game? So tossing a coin is considered to be a fair way of deciding because it is an equally likely outcome. So for a football game, we always use an unbiased coin. So when you toss it, you either get a heads or a tails. So opponent or a team can choose whether you want, what you want to, in football game, what it will be to play or whatever it is. So it's either heads or tails. So it is an equally likely outcome to choose the appropriate thing. I'll be sending this again in the PDF, children. We will start with the fourth one. So probability, which of the following cannot be probability of an event here? So probability of an event is always lies between 0 to 1. 2 by 3 possible. 15% possible. 15 by 100. 0.7 possible. Minus 1.5 not possible. A probability of an event can never be a negative. Of course, it can't be even more than 1, but here the options are with the negative. So option fourth one, it's an MCQ, right? So this is in the margin. So option fourth one, B minus 1.5. I am again repeating, practicing how you have to write MCQ. So next one, fifth one, probability of an event. It's a very simple chapter, children. 0.05. What is probability of not E? Probability of not E is E dash. So we know that probability of E plus probability of E complement is 1. So 0.05 plus probability of E complement is equal to 1. Probability of E complement is equal to 1 minus 0.05, which is nothing but 0.95. Okay, we'll quickly move on to the next one. A bag contains a lemon flavored candies only. Malini takes out one candy without looking into a bag. What is the probability that she takes out the orange flavor candy? What does the bag contain? It only contains lemon flavor candy. So how could Malini get orange flavor candy there? So probability of an event there is 0. It's an impossible event. She cannot have orange flavor candy there. What is the probability of getting a lemon flavor candy? Probability of an event is 1. You can get a lemon flavor candy. Next one. First few sums are very simple and they are very direct. In a group, it is given that in a group of 3 students, the probability of 2 students not having the same birthday is not having the same birthday. Probability of E complement is 0.992. What is the probability that 2 students have the same birthday? What is the probability of an event they are having the same birthday? We know that. Simple. Probability of an event plus probability of an event which is not happening is equal to 1. Probability of an event you have to find here plus 0.992 is equal to 1. Probability of an event is equal to 0.008. 81. Okay. So next we'll move on. A bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. Total number of balls in a bag. Three red plus 5 black. So what is this? 8 balls, that is 5 and 5 plus 3 plus 5 we get 8. This is nothing but total number of outcomes. Okay. What is the probability that the ball drawn is red? Always here they have since asked, formula is very important. I have seen children writing directly red. So it is nothing but 3 by 8. According to me, I will not give any marks for such sums. Elaborate always. 1-2 steps if you write, explain, nothing will go wrong. 3 by 8 is absolutely correct. But write what they have asked. Write the formula neatly. Follow the steps what I actually do it here. So first one is red. So here number of favorable outcomes are always whatever they have given. Red, how many it will be? 3. So probability of an event is equal to, formula is must and should, number of favorable outcomes, or what best you can do I will tell you here is, if you don't want to repeat formulas again and again, before you start with this here, right, I will repeat it. See, you don't want to repeat formula again and again, and once you write there, we know that probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Again, for total number of outcomes, it is also called as sample space. Once I use the word, later if anywhere in the sum if you have, you should know. Sample space, which is denoted by capital S. Remember this. Once I have written the formula, again and again let us not write. First one is red. Write the solution for how many favorable outcomes you have. Number of favorable outcomes. How many? There are 3 red balls. Therefore, probability of an event. Now you write direct answer. 3 by 8. That is number of favorable upon total number of outcomes. Very clear? Follow these steps. What is second one? Second one they have asked here is number of not red. There are 2 methods of doing this. You already know what is probability of red balls, that is 3 by 8. Not red is 3 by 1 minus 3 by 8 you can do. Otherwise, if not red, then they are going to be 5. For one sum, I will show you both the methods. Hence, for all, you can choose whatever method you want. Not read. First, I will write here in this method only. Number of favorable outcomes. If they are not read, then left out is what? Blank. So, probability of an event is equal to 5 by 8. Keep this in fraction or simplified fraction. If it comes in decimal, not required. Same thing can be written as here, see here. Not read they have given. Since it is not read, what I will do now? Probability of an event plus probability of an event which is not happening is 1. Probability of read is how much? 3 by 8. Plus not read I have to find is equal to 1. That is equal to 1 minus 3 by 8. 8 minus 3. 5 by 8. Probability of not read. Same answer. Up to you children. I am using this method or you are using this method. They are the same. Already read we found out. Not read is like this. Use whichever you feel convenient in using. Both are equally correct. We will quickly move on to the next one. So understood right? Formula wise what you have to do. A box contains 5 red, 8 white marbles and 4 green marbles. Total number of marbles. So this is 5 red plus 8 white plus 4 green. So total there are total there are 17 marbles. Okay. What is the probability that the marble taken out will be red, white and not green? First of all, let us write here this is total number of outcomes. Probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So first one is red. Number of favorable outcomes. So number of favorable outcomes is here 5. So probability of an event is equal to 5 by 8. Second one is white. Number of favorable outcomes is 8. So, 5 by 17 children. Once again, probability of an event. So, probability of an event is equal to 8 by 17. And the last one is, third one is not green. Not green is probability of this plus this and that you have to write. So already we have this. So how I will write here, see now. I am using my usual method. I don't use that P of E and P of E dash. It's left to you. You can do that. Number of favorable outcomes. That is equal to 5 plus 8. Why? Because it should not be green. Remaining it should be 13. P of E is equal to 13 by 18, 13 by 17, sorry. Now, in case if it was that method, if you are doing 5 by 17 plus 8 by 17 would be probability of an event which is happening. Not happening is that which you are finding out. So 1 minus 5 by 17 plus 8 by 17. That is 1 minus the same thing it would have been the answer what you had to do. So very clear here. Next one. A piggy bank contains piggy bank contains 150 paise coins. So number of coins first let us write. Total number of coins in piggy bank. 50 paise coins is 100. Then rupee 1 rupee coin is rupees 50. Rupees 2 rupee coin is 20 and 5 rupees coin is rupees 10. Right? So total number of outcomes 100 plus 50, 150, 150, 160, 170 plus 10 is 180. Total number of outcomes is 180 here. What is the probability that the coin will be? We'll get the formula first. Probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Right? For the first one, it is what is the probability that the coin will be a 50 paise coin? Number of favorable outcomes. How many 50 paise coins are there? 100. So probability of an event is equal to 100 upon 180. So 2 5s are 2 9s are. Answer is 5 by 9. That is how you keep this here. Will not be a 5 rupee coin actually. I'll do it this side, children, since priority down you will not be able to see. So second part is not 5 rupee coin. Not rupees 5 coin. If it is not a 5 rupee coin, then it should be 50 paise coin, 1 rupee coin and 2 rupee coin together. Number of favorable outcome is equal to 100 plus 50 plus 20. So 150, 60, 170. So probability of an event is equal to 170 by 180. Answer is 17 by 18. Right? So this is how you do it. Look at the next one. I'll mark this for homework now. Gopi buys a fish from a shop for his aquarium. The shopkeeper takes out one fish at a random from a tank containing 5 male and 8 female fishes. That means what are total number of fishes? Total number of outcomes is 5 plus 8, 13 fishes is the total outcome. What is the probability that the fish taken out is a male fish? 5 by 13. Direct answer. Such will be usually asked for MCQs 1 mark children. But still you need to follow all the steps as I have told. Okay, 12th one we'll do it. 13th, 11th one I have marked for homework. So a game of chance consists of spinning an arrow which comes to rest pointing at one of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see that that will aim. And these are equally likely outcomes. What is the probability that it will point at 8? So 12th one. Directly I will write total number of outcomes. So what it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? How many? 8 is the total number of outcomes. So formula. Probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome. Okay. So here what we will do now, first one. The number is 8. Directly favorable outcome is only 1. So directly you can write if you want here. Probability of an event is equal to, sorry. No, you can't write it like that. The number 8. What is the probability that it will point at 8? Right now, number of favorable outcome. How many times 8 can occur? 1. 8 can occur only once. So probability of an event is equal to 1 by 8 is the answer. Second, an odd number. Number of favorable outcomes. So which are all odd numbers? 1, 3, 5, 7. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 3, 5, 7. These are the odd numbers. So probability of an event is equal to 4 by 8, which is nothing but 1 by 2. Third one, a number greater than 2. A number greater than 2. Number of favorable outcomes. Which are the numbers greater than 2? So it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probability of an event is equal to 6 by 8. 2 3s are 2 4s are. Answer is 3 by 4. Okay. Remaining what it is? A number less than 9. Shall I do it here? Fourth one. Number less than 9. All will come. So probability is 1. Why? Because 8 by 8. Number of favorable outcome is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is equal to 8. So probability of an event is equal to 8 by 8, that is equal to 1. Right? The next one, a die is thrown. A die is thrown once. Find the probability of getting a prime number. A die is thrown once. So total number of outcomes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6. These are the outcomes when we throw. Total 6 outcomes we get. So a prime number. First write the formula. Now I'll leave it to you. Right? Then first part. A prime number. Number of favorable outcomes. Usually I've seen whenever prime number comes, you know what all will do? 1, 2, 3, 5. Everybody will choose this. But is this correct? No. 1 is not prime. We have read this in chapter 1. 1 is, that real numbers chapter. 1 is neither prime nor composite. 1 is a factor. So 1 will not come in prime number, please remember. A prime number always starts from 2. 2 is the only even prime number, right? Rest all prime numbers are odd, because if it is even, it will have factors. So prime number starts from 2. Usually they commit a mistake, your whole sum is wrong there. So 2, 3, 5, total how many? 3. So probability of an event. When perfect square will come, 1 should come there. 1 is a perfect square. Is 3 by 6. Answer 1 by 2. Second one, a number lying between 2 and 6. So number of favorable outcome. So between 2 and 6, that is 3, 4, 5. Again 3. So probability of an event is equal to 3 by 6. Answer is 1 by 2. Last one. A number is a odd number. So number of favorable outcome. It's an odd number. Which all are there? 1, 3, 5. Again 3. All the answers are same here. Probability of an event is 3 by 6. That is 1 by 2. So right, this is how we actually solve the sum. Right? So this is how you solve. I hope you have got to know at least by now. The chapter is so very simple. All are straightforward simple sums, but yet I see many children go wrong here in such calculations where it comes prime numbers, perfect squares. Then you need to know what are the types of numbers, right? That is very important here. So few more sums are left. With this we will end with today's session here, and the remaining sums with optional exercise we will be doing that in our next session.